What's up? So you Taurus have the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Justice. You have the Six of Swords, the Hierophant, Three of Swords, the High Priestess, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles. So for you, Taurus, the King of Pentacles represents Capricorn and Taurus put together. So you did show up in your own reading here, right? Then you have the High Priestess, which is Virgo and Taurus. So what I'm seeing here for a lot of you Taurus is a lot of you Taurus are very much so interested in getting to know other people, but a lot of you Taurus are you're learning to understand your value, and a lot of you Taurus are really not wasting time. Two of Wands, those people who you would meet who would essentially try to waste your time, right? Waste your time, play these games. 1 minute they're interested, the next minute they're not. The King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Two of Wands just represents, and you Taurus are not afraid anymore or care about what those people think who are playing games to tell them to F off. So there's way more power that a lot of you Taurus are learning how to own up to. Whenever it is that people want to play games into your life, you don't have to have those people in your life. You can choose to move forward with it. And that's one thing that people who like to play games, they don't seem to understand. That at the end of the day, no one has to rock with them. No one has to play their game. So the Eight of Pentacles is about how you Taurus are showing and proving that to yourselves and other people that try to play games with you by moving forward and concentrating on yourself. So there's an overabundance for you Taurus around this time when it comes to finances, when it comes to earthly, material, earth things, right? Capricorn things, Taurus things, Virgo things, the experiences that you'll have. The Eight of Pentacles is very much so a person that is work in progress. And one of the things that you Taurus are a work in progress is this confidence that a lot of you Taurus need to actually develop. It's not overconfidence. It's confidence right exactly where it needs to be. Because a lot of the times the earth signs don't, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, y'all are included, of course. You Taurus, just like all the earth signs, low confidence is a rites of passage a little bit for all the earth signs. So as a result, we have to learn to, because I'm a Virgo, we have to learn to come up in confidence. But how we do that is through accomplishments. We need to be tested. We need to actually go out and accomplish something over a course of time for us to realize, I should have respect. I should have self-respect. Yeah, I'm going to respect other people. But the ideology that people want me to just devalue myself and give them everything is played out. So there's this emphasis. So with Virgo, it's more of this emphasis of people not knowing what to do. With you, Taurus, it's this emphasis of you're not even waiting, right? For you, you're not even, people should already have an understanding of basic decency. And that if you Taurus don't see that these people comprehend that stuff or they have some sort of problem, I just see how a lot of you Taurus are like, you're just gonna go on about your business. And then you have the Justice. The Justice now is a representation about how a lot of you Scorpio, sorry about that. A lot of you Taurus, sorry about that. I just thought of Scorpio. Could be a Scorpio that tried to play that game with you. But the Justice is about how you Taurus moved on and allowed people to live and let them live their life. That whole idea of people playing games and they need to devalue you and there's some sort of king or queen standing on a hill, that idea of them constantly comparing themselves to you, that over competitivity, you're done with that, and you will leave in a heartbeat because you're not tolerant of that nonsense. You're patient to see the value of who they are, but you're not tolerant of that. You're not going to sit there and accept it once you realize that they're into playing these games in the first place. So as a result, a lot of you Taurus see that, and a lot of you are like, soon as you see that and you connect the dots, like, okay, you see multiple things that add up to this person's overall value. If you, Taurus, realize that these people are not as fly as they put themselves out to be, I just see a lot of you Taurus being like, nah, that's a dub, and leaving them alone. And the fact that you left them alone will be their life. Because the truth is that whenever it is that people like to play games, it's very difficult for these weirdos to actually find people. It really is. It's not as easy as they try to make it seem like it is. A lot of people who like to play games, Six of Swords, they like to make it seem like getting in and out of relationships is so easy to do, right? They have a different kind of access to other people that people just don't know. They crack the code, right? That's a lie. That's a lie. That's not really true. And the Hierophant represents you, Taurus, are going to start to realize just how untrue their charade is. You're going to understand that the idea of them people who play games try to put themselves out there like they're just wanted by everybody and they have a great reputation by most, but you know what I mean? It's not punks and people just love them and they're valued around. You're going to start to realize just how untrue that is when you actually get to know these people and you know the games that people play, and you start to really connect the dots and you begin to understand, look, these people are doing this to you, they're doing it to other people, and they're rubbing other people the wrong way. So if it was just you, why do they give this same treatment to everybody that they encounter? And then to top it all off, right? To top it all off, the Three of Swords now represents, so then you realize that you, Taurus, being heartbroken was for nothing in the past. I ain't gonna say for nothing in the past, because it definitely was for a lesson. But you would have realized that you don't have to be so heartbroken anymore, because you realize that the same type of games that dysfunctional people play with you, they're playing with other people with the same way. They're just not doing it in front of your face to warn those types of people, or those people, you know what I mean, for you to be able to figure it out, because their number one priority is keeping you distracted and confused with what it is that you do not know, and their dysfunction. They don't want you to see how dysfunctional they are. So as a result, when you realize, when you, Taurus, woke up and you started to realize that, oh, okay, dysfunctional people literally go around playing these games with everybody, even though they're building up a terrible reputation with a lot of people, they still think that they're in the green, that they're A-okay, that they're A1, right? But then the High Priestess now represents, but a lot of you Taurus know the truth. You know the truth of people who like to play games. They all have some sort of, without exception, people who play games, people who act like they're not, you gotta understand, like, people who do that stuff, they're not that bright. I've been saying it a million times, they're not that bright. And the reason how you know that they're not that bright is due to the fact that they play all these games and they think that they're so intelligent, but all of that is for nothing, because at the end of the day, they ruin their reputation and they're wasting their own time. So while other people are building up their lives, the ones who are understanding enough to know what's going on, they're busy wasting their own life. And the Knight of Pentacles represents, so now you Taurus have to understand that. But one of the games that they'll play is they'll try to make it seem like they're everything that you want, because they're basically on either side, because they're basically chameleons. They just want to get you, they just want you to think of them as being the perfect mate, right? When in actuality, they're twin flames. They're not soulmates. So let's clarify the Knight of Pentacles. King of Swords, Seven of Cups, Nine of Swords, the King of Cups. Right. All it is that they're going to do is try to pull the wool over your eyes by trying to make it seem like they're perfect for you. But a lot of you, Taurus, understand that a lot of people will put their best foot forward first. It's only academic, right? It's logical at this point that most people will put their best foot forward. How many people would really put their worst foot forward? You know what I mean? If intentionally, like deliberately do that as their first impression. So the Nine of Swords and the King of Cups represents, so you being onto them, you being onto anybody who likes playing games and worries them.